Hi, everyone.
Exchange,
and my name is Bob the Drag Queen, and we are doing a part.
Monét, we gotta start over.
Exactly.
This is crazy.
Calm down.
You're out of control.
You're out of control.
Listen,
ladies and gentlemen, we are. You need to stop.
We can do it together. You ready?
No, I don't want to do it together.
We are doing a party in Brooklyn. You're a bad person. Listen,
ladies and gentlemen,
we're doing.
You got to stop.
You need to let me tell them.
No, I'm telling them.
What do you? Okay, you don't even know what day it is.
Y'all,
What day is it?
The Sibling Rivalry Family Reunion is coming to $3 Bill in Brooklyn on August 17th.
And as the queen of Brooklyn,
you are not.
as the queen,
You literally lived there for 2 days.
I've never lived in Brooklyn.
Well, Ridgewood is half Brooklyn, half Queens. So
I've never lived in Ridgewood.
Where you lived?
I lived in Long Island City.
You live somewhere else.
Ozone Park.
Ozone Park is half Brooklyn, half Queens.
That's not half Brooklyn.
You don't even know New York.
Nene, is Ozone Park in Brooklyn or Queens?
Thank
Nigga,
you.
shut the fuck up.
Thank you. So see yourself out.
There's no half and half. Ozone Park is in Queens. I'm the queen of Brooklyn. You all can come see us. You can get tickets at seethedragqueen.com
or monetexchange.com. And y'all, let me tell you something. This is the first time we're doing this, and we're having games, raffles, food. There's also a little sneaky little something that we're planning that we don't want to reveal right now.
I don't think it's been revealed to me. All right, we'll see y'all there. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Hello, Bob the Drag Queen.
Hey, how are you today? What are you doing?
I just got back from the gym. I had a nice little workout this morning, and now I am podcasting. We had a meeting this morning for something else, and now we're podcasting together.
Something else? What is this super secret project that you're talking about?
Nigga, you...
So this thing, whenever there's stuff like that, I don't mention it because people don't like... I never do that. We had a thing.
I didn't. See, you're doing all that. All I said, we had a meeting about something else, and now we're here. Like that's all. You make it into.
But listeners want to hear that. Listeners want to hear when you say like something else. It's kind of like being in a movie where you're like, oh, I went to this really great place, and people are gonna be like, well, what's the great place?
We often say on this podcast, I had a meeting, and then about a thing, and then we do that pretty often on this podcast.
You do it a lot.
You do, and you do it also. You engage in that behavior as well.
I don't know, but I do the thing about the thing about the thing.
You do. You go out. Yes, you do. But
can you give me an example of the times I've done that?
It's just part of speech how we talk. You like, girl, you had to think about a thing, and then Kenny and I went to that. Like that's just how we talk.
We both do that.
We both engage in that kind of talk. If we do,
I don't know. It seems like a you thing, but you know, maybe your memory's better than mine. I don't think we have any proof that your memory's better than mine. But maybe on
why do you think maybe it is? So why would you even say that if you don't think so? You just say words.
I'm engaging in what I'm doing is I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt.
So you just talk and things that you don't really believe in? Is that how you operate?
It's called giving you the benefit of the doubt.
But you oftentimes, the sentiment I hear is that you just like, yeah, I just say that. So you just speak without thinking.
I just say that a lot.
Yeah.
Can you give me an example of the time I said that?
2 weeks ago when I was at your office and we were when Naomi was there, or what?
You were about to make up.
It's not. That was what.
What did I say?
When you said it, I asked you about. I think it was about getting the chips, and then you was like, "Yeah, Mona, you can have anything in my office." You know, you said I can't have anything in your office, and you was like. Then I said I can't have anything in your office. You're like, Mona, that's not what I said. I just said a thing. So that was an example of it.
I have cameras here, so I'll have to play them back. Can you give me the date and time?
I don't remember the exact date. Look at the date that you and Naomi recorded a podcast, and I came in and I sat there with Jacob behind a computer that day.
Well, we recorded so many podcasts here, me and Naomi, because someone didn't show up to work.
But there's only one specific day that I came, and I sat.
Someone didn't show up to work, so me and Naomi are here so often.
Because I was gone in Scotland, in the Highlands of Scotland. You can relate, right?
They don't film the Highlands.
That's literally.
You weren't at the Traders. You're lying. They were They film it on a soundstage in Los Angeles.
Oh God.
We were literally at Paramount. We were at Peacock Studios.
Oh wow. Studio? Calling Peacock Paramount.
I don't work at Peacock. Let me be clear. I'm not under contract with Peacock. I don't have to give them any of my niceties. They let that fucking guy from Boston banish the shit out of me. So Peacock, I don't owe you any niceties, Peacock. You're lucky that I even graced your show with my presence.
So y'all see
4 episodes and the highest viewed episode in the history of the show.
I don't think that's true. That is literally based off of literally nothing.
You can look it up. That's not based on nothing. You can literally look it up.
Jacob, can you pull this up, please?
It is true. The first episode of The Traitors was the highest view of the show. The first
Do you want to
episode of season
apologize?
3.
The first episode of what?
Of season 3 of Traitors.
Was the most viewed of Traitors so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't your episode specific. It was.
Do you want to apologize?
No.
Do you want to apologize?
No. You saying that your episode, but that's not your episode. You mean the
Every
premiere?
episode I was on was
You mean
my
the premiere of
episode,
season
first of all.
4 was the most viewed? Okay, sure, yeah, I can believe that, but not your episode specifically, like your banishment episode.
Every episode was my episode. If I was on, it was my episode.
Oh my
honey.
God, you're trying. So y'all see the title. Y'all see the title of this episode, and my co-host is trying to bring me to a place. And I'm not gonna let them, she, he, we, whatever their pronouns are today, take me to.
You know what my pronouns are. Don't act brand new. Pronouns are not a joke.
They're either he, she, or they.
And ain't no we. You said we. Ain't no we. You never heard me say
you
pronouns are we.
You and Jacob use that one.
And I'm also
often.
adamantly not a they them me. I am not a they them me. You know I'm not a they them me.
You and Jacob use we all the time. Y'all, I say a thing, Jacob and Bob be like, well, we. I'm like, but the gag is they'd be referring to one of them. They were like, we.
First of all, this is specific something that Jacob does, and I approve of his. I approve of him when he says it.
Okay,
but I'm not a we. I've never been, and I'm not a they them me. I've never used they them. I've actually adamantly on several platforms that I do not use they them pronouns.
Oh, I think I may have missed those interviews, so I apologize about that.
But also, my pronouns are in my bio of my Twitter, my Instagram. And
I don't
my
follow you on
TikTok.
Twitter.
You're the one.
Yeah, the one.
You're the one.
The one in 8 billion people. Yeah, correct.
The what? 8 billion people aren't on Twitter.
I'm saying that follow you.
Do you want to be nice today or what?
I'm being lovely.
Lovely.
Loverly.
Lovely. Well, let's define what is niceness. What is nice? Let's define nice.
You know, let's ask my good friends at Oxford what is nice. How do you define? I think I defined nice.
What's that college that's older than the Mayan Empire? What is it? Is it Oxford? No,
I don't know.
There's like some college that's still up right now that was operating before the fall of the Mayan Empire.
Nice,
which tells you how close the Mayan Empire was.
It was Oxford.
It was Oxford. Isn't that crazy that people were at Oxford while the Mayans were building pyramids?
What?
Girl, Oxford is a very old college. University. School.
So nice is defined as being pleasant, agreeable, or satisfactory. And you are a satisfactory type of bitch. So I think you're definitely capable of being nice.
I mean, I have nice moments.
Can you tell us some nice moments you've had recently?
Yeah, for sure. Yesterday I took so my friend Amber was out of town doing the Essence Festival, and she was like, my husband's at home with a newborn and a 3-year-old, and if any one of my friends would be so kind as to help Ben take care of the kids, that'd be fantastic. So yesterday Jacob and I took Ben, his mother, and his children to Universal Studios, and we basically rotated turns taking care of the kids. So like we would ride rides, and while the other one ride a ride, or we would split the kids up. So like Ben and his mother would take the baby, and then we would take the toddler, or we would swap it out, and then we would have the baby, or we'd have both of them while they were on a ride. So we would have the baby and the toddler while they were on a ride or something like that, or vice versa. And I thought it was quite nice. And I ran into Lala Ree and Demoria, Jete Cornbread the Snack.
Oh, I was like DeMario. I was like, is that like is that a new character in the? I was like, is it Wario, Mario, Demoria?
No, her name is Cornbread's name is Demoria.
I think
that's public information.
Is it?
But it's like it's on her Twitter.
Yeah,
it is. Who you also don't follow on Twitter? I'm assuming.
I do follow Cornbread the Snack, Jete.
But you didn't know her name was Demoria?
I did not know that.
Well, how do you? Okay.
Do you know everything about everyone you follow?
Well, I think it's like her name on the.
No,
profile.
her name is Cornbread the Snack. That's her name on Twitter.
I don't think it is.
It is right now, but you are correct. You're both correct. It used to have her Demoria.
Well, used to. I'm talking about right now, currently.
So you didn't follow her back when her name was Demoria on Twitter?
I guess I didn't. Every time since I follow Cornbread, it said Cornbread the Snack Jete, which has been for at least 2 years now.
No, name was.
I'm telling
her
you,
name was Demoria when she was like rather her drag race.
I'm telling you, since I follow Cornbread, which is about 2 years now, it's been Cornbread the Snack Jete. That's been her name.
And you can see she commented her name, Demoria. This is 141 weeks ago, so October 2022.
So that's 3 years ago.
No, that's commenting her name. That was I think that's when she did her name drop.
Right, that's when she did it 3 years ago.
No, that's a comment, Monét. Her name was Demoria on either Instagram or Twitter or something. I can't remember which one it was.
Well, when you figure out which one it is, then maybe you can verify that. When you figure out what it is, then we can do that.
Well, the burden of proof is on you. Anyway,
it's not.
How is it not on you?
Because you're telling me something that
No, you said that her name has been Cornbread for 2 years. So you've made the claim. So the burden of proof is on you.
So no, it's not. Okay,
you said her name has been Cornbread for 2 years minimum. So you have made the claim. Therefore, the burden of proof is on the person making the claim.
So you admit the other day when we were in the car with Andy, when you were telling us I gotta call Andy. What was the thing you said? You said that
this is a Reddit comment. This is from Reddit. This Reddit post is from 3 years ago. Do you guys agree with Cornbread that she still do the Best Talent show? It's from 3 years ago, and here you can see that her Twitter name is Demoria.
Right, 3 years ago. I said 2 years ago.
Sure it was, but we don't know what it was 2 years ago.
But
we know what it was 3 years ago.
But I'm telling you But my statement was Jacob. So if you can do some research and find 2 years ago, then I can concede. But I
the
said
burden of
2
proof
years
is on
ago.
Jacob now.
Yes, because Jacob is doing the research for this podcast. He is a producer. Correct.
The burden of proof is on Jacob.
So you admit. So the other day, y'all, Bob the drag queen, Andy Short and I, we were in a car.
All right, and here we go. This is from Reddit from 2 years ago. Wait, let me pull it back up. I'm sorry. Thank you for bearing with me. I had a lot of tabs open.
Yeah.
There we go. Cornbread. This is a post from Cornbread from 2 years ago. 10K likes.
What's the date?
No, don't move the goalpost.
No, I did 2 years
ago. 2 years ago.
2 years ago, July 8th, 2023.
Nigga.
July 8th, 2023 is when I would accept.
Nigga.
July, y'all. This is how
the goalpost.
This is how they get on at Bob the Drag Queen LLC.
Don't
Give
move
me
the
July
goalpost.
8th. 2 years ago could have been in internet. July 7th.
Don't break your brain trying to do math. Don't break your brain trying to do math.
Give me July 8th. Give me ocular proof, Jacob. Don't give me this little haphazard proof that you and your boyfriend be doing.
Don't move the goalpost.
The goalpost is not moved. The goalpost is where it was at from the beginning of the conversation. Bob, so let's go back to the burden of proof. So the other day, Bob the drag queen, Andy Short, and Monét Exchange, we were in a car coming back from In-N-Out Burger getting food for my family. And we're in a car, and Bob, do you want to repeat the statement that you said?
I don't even remember this conversation. I genuinely don't remember this conversation. And obviously you don't either. Not you being like, oh, do you want to repeat? Because bitch, you don't know what the fuck it was.
Hello? Andy, when we were in the car, you're in the podcast, by the way, don't say anything crazy. We were in the car coming back from In-N-Out Burger, what was the statement that Bob said? And then we was like, well, the burden of proof is on you to tell us what it is because you're making the statement. He said every something does it is always something we thought it was. What was it? What?
No, I have no idea, baby.
Oh, it was about lions. He said that every lion sound we've heard in a movie is a tiger, right?
Oh, yeah.
No.
He said that it was our job to prove that.
And it was like, no, you made the statement. He's like, no, that's not how the burden of proof works. Now we're in a situation in the podcast where I said something. He's like, well, Monét, the burden of proof is on you to tell me since you said it. So literally changing his entire thing.
Well, in that moment I was trolling you, but I will tell you all what I do know is this. When you hear a lion in a movie, that's not a lion sound. Lions don't. So eagles do not sound like that. Eagles do not, they chirp. They don't caw or screech. And lions, they roar, but not the way you hear in movies. Okay. That's not a lion's roar.
So we said, prove that. I was like, so Andy and I were like, we don't think that. So Bob said, Monét, I'm telling y'all, every lion sound you've heard in the movie is of a tiger. We're like, that's impossible. And he was like, it is.
Why is that impossible?
And then he
So
was like, then he said, I'll give you until the end of the year to tell me. I was like, no,
End of the year.
you find the thing telling us that. It's not on us to prove it. It's on
I'll give you the
you.
end of the year. But also, but to be clear, in this one, Jacob went and found it. And when Jacob did find the proof, you were like, no.
We're not talking about that. We're
not
talking
good
about the
enough.
lions. Tell me.
Not good enough. No, you shifted the goalpost again.
Tell me the
You moved
lions.
it because once you were getting crushed, you wanted to move
Tell
the
me the
conversation to one that
lions.
you thought
Show
you
me
could win.
this.
So, I
can
mean,
you-
Bob is technically correct, but I think what you're getting hung up is, and he's saying every, and the true fact is most. If you watch movies, you will find a movie where a lion sound is coming from a lion. Most like cinematic lion
Monet was
noises
basically
we
saying,
hear
Monet was
are
saying to
from
prove
tigers.
it, she wants me to go through every film that's ever been filmed with a lion.
That's what you were asking us to do.
Well, if you're saying every, then that would how
And
you're
I was-
referring
I-
it.
Thank you.
If you
The
say
difference is
most, then
I
it's
was being
easier to prove 'cause
hyperbolic.
you can pull up.
Monet's being the difference is I was being hyperbolic. Monet's being
how
literal.
are we supposed to determine when you're being hyperbolic and when you're being serious? Because Bob, you do this often. You're like, I'll give it to the end of the book to find this. So now you're just being hyperbolic. So
No,
we
when
have
someone says
to
every
surmise.
so-and-so.
We have to deduce when you're being hyperbolic. Okay.
Well, I think you could probably use your well, I don't know if you have much of this common sense to defer. So when I say every one, so obviously the only way that I could prove what you're
obviously,
saying
it's
is if I
obvious.
go through
Okay.
every film where every single lion has ever. That would be the only way that I could prove. I would have to make a complete list of every lion sound in the film. But what I will say is this: it stands true that when you hear a lion in a film, almost every single time, it is not a lion. It is a tiger. It's a Bengal tiger. It's not a lion.
So your argument has changed. So had you presented that, I'm like, okay,
My
I can hear
argument is
that.
still the same.
I can hear that.
I
Yeah,
would-
no, it's not. It is different. And let's take a break
My
and I'll tell you
argument's
why
the
it's
same.
different. Let's take a break. I'll tell you why it's
Argument's the same.
different.
I was using every time as an idiom, as a saying of speech. So like how the word literally means multiple things. It was like that.
Oh, okay.
All right,
So
we
now
are
it
going
is.
on a break,
Got
and
it.
when we come back,
Interesting.
the being nice, have to be nice starts now.
And I think Monet's gonna fail this one.
No, you're gonna fail, baby.
And we're back. Welcome back to the podcast, Monet. You have to be nice.
Yeah, and I know it's gonna be, it may prove a little difficult for you, but I believe in you because I think that you're capable of so much more than you think you are. Right? I think that you're capable of quitting vaping. I think you're capable of being nice on this podcast. You're just such a powerful and strong person. I believe in you.
Do you think I'm capable of scanning through every lion who's ever appeared in a film?
I think you could. I think that with the time and the resources you have, I believe you can do that. I really do.
I want to be clear that I do not have. I have neither the time nor the resources to scan through every lion who's ever appeared in a film.
Well, I think that's what makes
time.
us such a good friendship because the things that you don't believe that you can do, I believe that you can. And, I've seen you accomplish so many things in your life. And I guess, call me foolish, call me crazy, but I just believe in you so much.
That's not a thing. I would never. I don't have the time to do that or the capabilities, the resources. I don't have the skill set to do that. And even more important than that, I most certainly do not have the interest in scanning through every film. Although there is this website where you can go to and you can type in a word and it will bring up TV shows or maybe just movies where they say that phrase or that word. So if I want to type in like "I'll be back," you just type it in and then it'll bring up clips from all these different movies where they say "I'll be back," or one where you say where I don't know some catchphrase that people are always saying in a movie. Like what's a trope in movies that they always say? Something like it all works out in the end. And then it'll show you maybe not every single one, but it'll show you all these clips where people say this. It's a really, I cannot remember the name of this website, but I was using it for a hot minute when I was making mixes. And I found it to be a really remarkable resource.
I've never had to utilize such a resource before.
There's also this guy or a few accounts that I follow on Instagram, and they're always sitting in front of the computer and they're like pointing at their screen. They're like, and then it's like powerful websites you need to know. And there are some really crazy websites out there. There are websites that'll be like, it'll compare prices for you. It'll find you can Google Street View any place in the world or live stream any major city in the world. You can. They're like all these crazy. There's a website that will like remove. Like you can put your music into this website and it'll extract everything: the drums, the guitar, the vocals,
Oh, that's good.
the so and so, and it's all. A lot of these websites I would never need, but every once in a while I see someone I'm like, oh, that's actually quite useful.
Oh no,
and
for
it's all
sure.
from this page.
I think it is day and age. Yeah, I mean, I use a lot of music ones. Like I use ones like, I mean, these are basic like pitch change ones. Ones that's on the tempo.
Are you fixing your pitch in these things?
No, so if I'm gonna sing a song like to a backing track, to change the key because it's too high or too low.
Instead of just doing it yourself?
Doing myself like on a garage band. Oh, girl, trying to
No, like singing it higher.
Yeah, no. You know, I was reading this article the other day from Singers Weekly or whatever it was. Like it used to be such common practice back in the day. In
What
operas.
is Singers Weekly?
Or not Singers Weekly. It's one of the opera singing. I think so. It was Opera News, and it was talking about how back in the day it was not common practice. Might be a little too liberal, but it would happen often that singers would change the key in songs because like it would sound better, and like, or if you just woke up that day, you just weren't feeling that, like it was okay to like go down a semitone or a whole step, or up one or up a half step because it felt better. But now sometimes it's something that seems like it's so shameful. Like Beyonce she changed the keys for some of her songs in this tour. People are like, she's not singing the original key. Like, oh my God, like she's such a fucking I'm like, that is like, why is it so bad to change the keys?
Are you being hyperbolic or the comments?
I'm being a little hyperbolic. People sometimes are really shocked and gagged when singers change keys nowadays. But when back in the day it wasn't something like Ella Fitzgerald used to change keys often. When she would like wake up not feeling her best or whatever was going on vocally, she's like,
well, apparently people still do it today.
I had to take this out. But it was socially acceptable. People weren't like upset about it. They were like, okay, work. Now people are like,
maybe there just wasn't a comment section back then.
Say it again.
Maybe there just wasn't a comment section back then.
But there was still public sentiment, and I think the public sentiment was like, oh yeah, she changed the key today. Word, still good. Whereas today, public sentiment is like when someone changes the key, they're like, it's not the original key that's on the record. I hate that.
But I guess my question is, how do we know that people weren't scoffing, and because we have
it.
Yeah, but I feel like nowadays when you hear someone scoffing at Beyonce changing her key, it's not like New York Times, it's not USA Today, it's like the comment section. The comment section be like, oh my gosh, she changed the key of her song.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe people were back in the day being like, woo, how embarrassing.
What I mean, they're like musical people, like music. What's the word I'm looking for? Like musical historians, like even like back in like Byzantine chant, even back in like the 16th and 17th, in like the Baroque and classical periods, like people did change keys, and people who reported about it. Again, I'm not a music historian, but people who do that for their job, for their living, when they talk about it, it was common practice, and it wasn't something. It was very socially acceptable. Whereas now, socially, it seems to not be. But
my question is, are you basing it off the comment section?
And I'm basing it off of music historians.
But I guess my question is,
how do they know?
What do you think makes it socially unacceptable today? Outside of the comment section, what's making it socially unacceptable? Like, are people at the concert not dancing anymore?
They're not dancing, but I think that it, like, again, like it's how people who critique and have reviewed music and how they judge and study music over centuries, it's just what they're saying. I don't know how they figured it out back then, but they have a system, I imagine, that's their job.
There are certain places where you legally cannot change the key of a song.
Well, I know that.
Without permission from
the estate or
from the composer or whoever owns the music.
Right.
Like on Broadway, you cannot change the key of a song unless you get express written permission from Andrew Lloyd Webber, Stephen Schwartz, Michael R. Jackson, whoever wrote that music.
Well, Michael R. Jackson, what did he write?
A Strange Loop.
A Strange Loop. You can't change the keys in his music?
You can't change the keys of anyone's music without their permission. It's illegal.
Anyone?
Like if you do a play, you cannot change anything about the play without express written permission from. So years ago, Neil Simon went to a production of his show Rumors. So Neil Simon is a famous comedic writer in straight plays. His most famous play is probably Rumors. He also wrote, I think, The Boys Next Door.
The Boys Next Door. I don't know. These are plays, though, not musicals.
These are plays, yeah, straight plays. So The Boys Next Door is a play about a bunch of adult men who have autism
Uh-huh.
and their social foibles as they navigate through life living in this like assisted living facility.
Got it.
Anyway, Rumors has a lot of swear words in it. Not a lot, but like there's swear words in Rumors. And some production somewhere took out the swear words, and Neil Simon allegedly, I can't verify this, but allegedly Neil Simon was very upset and was like, if you don't like the fucking fucks in my fucking play, then don't fucking do it.
Was this like a kid's show they were adapting it for?
Maybe kids shouldn't be doing Rumors. I don't know if it was a kid show, but if so, bitch, he didn't write the show for kids. You know what I mean?
So when they take musicals and stuff and they do like the junior versions of it, obviously they change keys.
But that is
authorized by the person.
Yeah, that is an authorized version. But they don't. Right. By the way, they don't always change the keys. They typically with junior version, they're not changing keys. They're just usually shortening the play or taking out very adult themes.
They got some little girl talking about, "It's a
well, it's probably easier for a little girl than it is for a grown woman.
No, some of that like navigating that tessitura at that age, no, that's
we're talking about the notes. Can they sing high?
But that's part of.
When you go to a kid show, you're not worried about vibrato. When you go to see a show with children, no one's worried about vibrato.
Okay,
no one's worried about
at PPAS when they did the junior musicals. Yes, they were. But again, I did go to performing arts school. It's a performing arts thing, so they're very serious about it. I think at just any rinky-dink regional high school, they're like, they don't give a fuck. Oh. Well, yeah, sorry, it's not. I was like,
rinky dink high school. That didn't seem nice.
I have to be nice to everyone. It's have to be nice to you.
Do you think my high school is rinky dink?
I mean, the way you described it, it seemed to be not the best.
So you think is that nice, Monét, to call my high school rinky dink?
Okay, they're not your words.
I don't think my high school is rinky dink. To be clear.
Well, the way you described it, every time I say,
what did I say?
You say Morrow High School.
It's Morrow, not Morrow.
What?
Morrow.
I'm sorry, excuse me?
Morrow, not Morrow.
I said Morrow High School.
Tomorrow, not tomorrow. Tomorrow. So
now, are you making fun of my accent? Is that nice?
I just want to make sure that we're saying
the
name.
Is that nice to make fun of my accent?
That's not making fun of. It's correcting.
No,
it's correcting someone that
you're not correcting my accent. You're telling me that's how I speak. I don't go and tell you how to pronounce.
So to be clear, when I say Julietta, are you making fun of my accent?
Yes, this is not sounding like a very nice conversation.
That was not what that. This
on both of your behalves, this is not sounding very nice. I think we need to reapproach this argument.
Okay.
And I think Monét started it. In my humble opinion.
So I'm going to reapproach the argument. It's what has your opinion been humble?
I'm going to reapproach the conversation.
You are doing so bad at this right now.
What'd you say, Jacob?
You are doing so bad at this right now, and neither of you are being nice. This is crazy.
So to reapproach, Monét, do you think my high school was rinky dink?
I think that if I am gathering a lot of the ways I've heard you speak about Morrow High School.
Tomorrow.
I have an accent that causes me to pronounce words in a way that may not seem acceptable to you, but it's how I speak. And I would really appreciate it. Okay, let me finish. Susanna, slow down. I really...
Savannah, slow down.
Oh, it's Savannah. I said Suzanne.
Savannah, slow down.
I pronounce words in a way that may not seem that did not seem audibly satisfactory to you, but it's how I pronounce words. And I would really appreciate it if that was not corrected or made fun of in this moment, because it really makes me feel bad.
Can I ask you a question? Are you telling me that you are incapable of pronouncing the word morrow?
I'm not saying I'm incapable of pronouncing morrow, but I just think that how it comes out of my mouth is morrow, and that's just how I speak. And I would really like to not be taken to task about that and asked to say it in a different way.
And I would like to say, I spent 4 years of my life at this high school that molded me as a person. This is where I found my love for theater. This is where I found a lot of community. I still hold close my friends like Alicia and Dermika and Shanterica and Sanchez. They're even though I don't, Jamila, even though I don't speak to them every day, they still hold such a deep place in my heart. That because of what we created at Morrow High School, it would feel so nice if you could put in the effort like I did in saying Julietta Like, the way I say it naturally is Julieta, but I can see how much she meant to you and your family as an indentured, sorry, as a,
She was a maid.
oh,
She was a maid.
oh, sorry, your maid. That's crazy. She was a maid. For your maid, I can see how much your maid meant to you and your family. So if you could have that same level of effort that I put into saying Julieta for Morrow High School, it would feel so nice.
You know, and I hear that. I want to give that.
You hear it? I just want to
Jacob.
make sure you were saying the right thing.
Jacob. Now,
I didn't know if you meant
No, that
hair
was an
or.
infraction. That's $5.
Thank you. That's an infraction. You have a.
I didn't know if you meant. I didn't know if you meant hair or. I didn't know what you meant.
You have a strike.
I would say I don't know what you said. I don't know what you meant. I only know what you said. Let me grab myself a Red Bull because I'm gonna need it to get through this, honey.
You have a strike. Jacob, I need you to keep track of these strikes. So Bob currently has 1 and I have 0.
I don't know if that's true.
We start.
Jacob
It
will
got a
keep
little
track.
heated between both of you, so I think I'm going to give Bob 2 and I'm going to give you 1.
Thank you. And no, so I want to say I hold space for what you just said. I received that, and I will try my best to pronounce Marlboro High School the way that feels nice to you.
So can I say Julieta?
You can say whatever you want.
Oh. Back to the conversation we were having before about junior musicals.
Oh, yeah.
So I think when you go to see a kid's show, you're not expecting excellence or opulence. You're really expecting to just support the kids, right? Just be like, oh, kids are singing, kids are dancing. I mean, if I go to a violin recital, I'm not expecting to hear some beautiful rendition of Flight of the Bumblebees by a little girl named Abigail. If you get that when you get there, what a nice surprise.
Well, you know, we talked about this before, and I guess I don't go to a whole bunch of children's shows and programs, but the ones I've experienced, I will say they've always been at a performing arts thing. Like I've never been to a typical high school or middle school experience to hear children sing. Like when I even taught for that year and a half at Hernandez de Soto, it's an exceptional music program at a school in New York City. So the kids were exceptional in their talent. So maybe if I was to, you know what, as Wild Lynn grows up, and if I'm invited to, I don't know what type of school Wild is going to go to, but I look forward to maybe going to programs of typical performing kids and hear, because I've never had that experience.
You think Wild is typical?
If she ends up going to a typical school with a typical arts program. So I've never experienced
typical?
That. Huh?
What do you mean by typical?
I think typical is not a performing arts school, or is not a school that, because let's be honest, for real, there are high schools and middle schools out there. They put a lot of money and energy and parents into the arts, and some
like a magnet program.
No,
like
that's
a magnet
not true.
School.
Like my friend Tracy, who I went to college with, she went to a typical high school, but the arts program was really like the PTA and everyone, they were like, oh, we're going to make this program the best. So they were average everywhere else, but they put a lot of money. And, they come from a rich neighborhood. So they like had a really great arts program. Like their musicals were Broadway, okay, not Broadway level, but they were pretty freaking good.
I want to talk about something really important: mental health. Honestly, I think so many of us have been there, especially with what's going on in the world right now. Going through a rough breakup, dealing with anxiety, or just feeling overwhelmed by life and the situation of the world and not knowing where things are going to go. I remember a time when I really needed to talk to someone, but I didn't know where to look, let alone find someone in network that didn't have a 6-month wait list. That's why I'm excited to tell you about Rula. Rula, spelled Rula, is a healthcare company that's changing the way people access therapy. They make it incredibly easy to find licensed in-network therapists, and for most people, sessions cost as little as $15 with insurance. You answer a few questions, and they match you with a therapist that fits your needs and preferences.
And here's the best part. You can often book your first appointment in as little as 24 hours. That's real access when you actually need it. With over 15,000 therapists and psychiatrists across over 100 specialties, Rula has someone who understands what you're going through. And they don't just leave you after your match. They're with you throughout your journey, helping you track your progress and making sure the care you're getting is working for you. They also offer a range of care types. So if you're not exactly sure what kind of support you need, talk therapy, medication management, or both, Rula has professionals who can guide you. And yes, every provider is carefully vetted, so you know you're in qualified, compassionate hands. Join the thousands who have already turned to Rula for support on their journey to better mental health and well-being. Getting started is easy. Just visit Rula.com/rivalry today. That's RULA.com/rivalry. Please support the show and let them know we sent you. Again, that's Rula.com/rivalry. Connect with a licensed therapist who truly cares. Your mental health matters. Every step forward matters, especially when it comes to your finances, whether you're saving for something big or just trying to stay ahead of unexpected expenses. Even small wins add up. That's why I'm excited to share something that can help you build a better financial future. Chime. When you open a Chime checking account, you're unlocking tools designed to help you move forward. We're talking about no monthly maintenance fees, fee-free overdraft protection up to $200 with SpotMe, and even getting your paycheck up to 2 days early with direct deposit. It's about progress without the stress. Now, I've definitely been hit with overdraft fees before. I remember one time I bought some Auntie Anne's pretzels that cost me 60 some odd dollars back in 2004. So it was a very expensive pretzel, and it's never fun, especially when it happens over something small like a cup of coffee or a pretzel. With Chime, you can overdraft up to $200 without fees as long as you set up qualifying direct deposit. You hear that? That kind of flexibility is a game changer. And if you ever need access to your pay before payday, Chime's My Pay feature lets you access up to $500 of your pay without mandatory fees or interest. Whether it's for groceries, gas, or a last-minute bill, having that option is a huge relief. Chime also gives you access to over 50,000 fee-free ATMs, more than the top 3 national banks combined. And with easy tools to send and receive money, plus no surprise fees, it's easy to see why millions are joining Chime to make real financial progress. Make progress toward a better financial future with Chime. Open your account in 2 minutes at chime.com/sibling. That's chime.com/sibling. Chime. Feels like progress.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. Members FDIC. SpotMe eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Timing depends on submission of payment file. Fees apply at out-of-network ATMs. Bank ranking and number of ATMs according to U.S. News and World Report 2023. Chime checking account required.
All right, let's be real. I've had more business ideas than I can count. I was literally just telling a friend about this wild side hustle concept I had the other day. Press-on nails that you can use with your phone. Hear me out. You know what? I'll save it. Now, normally I get all excited and then I hit a wall trying to build a website. That's where I cannot shine. But then I found Wix.com. Wix is kind of like the ChatGPT of website builders. I answered a few questions about my idea and boom, Wix AI built a stunning functional site that looked like I hired a designer. And I'm not even exaggerating. If you're more of an I need options type, Wix has over 2,000 templates you can start from, all totally customizable. The first time I ever built a website was on Wix, and I built it myself, and honestly, it looked really good. The interface is super intuitive. It's all drag and drop, and the built-in tools are next level. Whether you're trying to sell products, book appointments, or just show off your portfolio, Wix has all the features baked in. No extra add-ons or complicated installs, and honestly, Wix has been in the game for almost 20 years. They know exactly what they're doing when it comes to helping you build and grow your website. Are you ready to create your own website? Go to Wix.com. That's Wix.com, Wix.com, to start building your website today. Thanks to Wix for sponsoring our show.
Okay, listen, I know I just interrupted either me or Monét. I know. Listen. I know you wanted to watch the full
Stop
video.
interrupting Monét. What?
Shut up, I'm talking.
A shock.
Shut up, I'm talking. Now listen, if you want to watch the full video is available. You have to go to our Patreon to watch it. Yes, honey, people pay for this content. And they're paying it so you can watch the first half for free. So you can either thank them or you can join them, quite frankly.
Yeah. So you come join us over at Patreon and see the full thing in 4K, honey. 4K
That's
quality.
right. And not only that, y'all, you're going to get to see a lot of exclusive content. Our one-woman shows, some of our stand-up specials are there. Crowd work specials are there. And also, I will fight you in the comments. If you come for me sideways, I will fight you.
And he's not playing. Shit's bitch is not playing. The full trainer effect is giving.
All right, let's get back to the episode. I want to hear what we have to say.
My school had a very impressive band.
Why the band?
Well, I think, I don't know, the kids in my school just happened to be particularly instrumentally inclined. And I mentioned this before, the movie Drumline came out, and the drumline of my school grew by fourfold. Like the drumline ended up having over 100 people in it.
They had
after Drumline came out.
That's fierce. I mean, I will say, as a Black person in America, I never experienced marching band or drumline. So when I saw Drumline, I'm
sorry, what was that? What was that?
You tell me. I just saw a white ghost walking the back.
I mean, your reaction is when a white ghost. That doesn't seem nice.
Yeah, that's an infraction.
It wasn't to Bob.
That didn't seem nice. It's called where you have to be nice, not be nice to each other. It's how you have to be nice. So can I just start ragging on Andy now?
Is Andy in the picture?
I'm just asking, can I?
If you want to, you more than
Bob,
welcome.
you're on shaky territory right now.
Thank you.
I'm trying to find out what the rules are.
I wanted to talk about something we had. So my family was in town this past weekend, and for the holiday, and Bob came over, and we were playing a game called, as we talked about often on this podcast, Anomia, where you had to match cards with each other, and then one card came up that said famous mothers, and someone answered with Mother Teresa, and you said that Mother Teresa is not a famous mother.
To be clear, I wasn't alone.
Only one other person, and it's
Karen agreed with me. Auntie Karen agreed with me
because she was gonna lose. Because she was also in a bad spot. Because I wasn't in a bad spot.
I won that game.
No. Because before that, hers there was one that she was trying to justify hers, which was
it was famous mother. She said herself, and I said everyone in this room knows who she is, and she said everyone back home knows who I am.
Everyone back home meaning her family.
I don't know how famous she is back home. I was able to ask a woman to justify her fame.
You know what fame is, and we've defined fame on this podcast before. So the definition of fame, you saying Auntie Karen is famous.
I don't know how. There are famous people I don't know. There are famous people
like Dorinda.
Like Dorinda. And apparently every housewife of Potomac, obviously. Also, yesterday we were out. So not obviously, but Ben's mom doesn't know who I am. And she kept being like, why are people asking for...
Oh, I asked you a picture?
She was like, people keep asking for pictures of you. I was like, yeah, I was on TV, girl. And I think Ben basically told her, but she was like, oh, people really are asking for your picture. And I was like, yeah.
Wait, talk about the Minions.
Oh, so we were at the fucking
That's the demerit.
Panda Express.
I have to say, I'm sorry. The language really gets me, and it makes me feel not good. So can we?
Well, policing language makes me not feel good. So now what are we gonna do? What do we do about that? What do we do? Because that laugh doesn't make me feel good. Now what do we do?
What makes you feel good?
That laugh doesn't make me feel good. So now what do we do? Do you not laugh now?
Well, your hat really makes me feel queasy.
And your necklace. So now what do we do? What do we do?
We just do the podcast naked, and I don't think
we'll go back to normal. So I was at the Panda Express, and I was wearing a Minion-inspired outfit. I was wearing blue overalls, black shoes, a black hat, my glasses, and a yellow tank top.
Whoa! Are these the overalls that I have in my contact picture of you? Those overalls?
No, girl, those overalls do not exist anymore, girl.
What is it? Those are slutty overalls to go to the Universal with some kids.
They were not slutty. I want to remind you all, the picture, I am sitting down. When I stood up, the overalls were much longer. And also, is calling my overalls slutty, is that nice, Jacob?
Yeah, that's a point.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jacob.
That's so ridiculous.
I'm glad we have decorum here. But anyway, so I'm wearing my Minion-inspired look, and as I'm leaving, this lady goes, "Oh my God, are you Stuart or are you Bob?" And I said, "I don't know who Stuart is, but have a great day." Girl, those are the Minions' names. I thought she was. I was like, "Who the fuck is?" I was like, "Is this like?"
You had those glasses on with a yellow shirt.
No, I had on other glasses. They look kind of like these, but I was clearly dressed like a Minion. Like I was.
Are you bald too? Oh.
I was clearly a minion. Like a few people were like, who were there were like, love your minion. Look at that. I crossed this other lady who was also just like a minion. We were like, oh, I see you. I see you. We had this like minion moment. But she's like, are you Stewart or Bob? And I was like, I don't know who Stewart is. I was like, is Stewart like my next Titus Burgess? Is Stewart my next celebrity that people that I look like? I don't know. I look like apparently.
Oh, work. Oh, look at you holding Wild. That's so cute.
Yeah, she was out.
Oh, look at you with a kid.
She was out, honey. I
You
survived
do-
a bathroom. I survived a bathroom trip.
Oh God, that would wear me out. Wow, like how does that work?
Okay, so
Do you take her into the male bathroom?
to the men's room, yeah.
Got it.
So at Universal, they do not have bathrooms in the ride. Like, baby, you have to travel to get to the bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
You have to move. You have to traverse space and time to get to the bathroom. So I'm like running with a toddler who has to pee. And I keep being like, where's the bathroom? They keep being like, right over there. It's not right over there. I legit think I walked. I'm not even kidding. I think from the Harry Potter Hogwarts castle to the bathroom, I think it's an actual quarter mile. I might be over exaggerating because of the urgency in the moment, but like holding a little girl who has to pee and you're like,
oh, because you're
dodging butterbeer.
You have her in your hand because you want to get her there faster.
Yeah, because she can't walk that fast. So
Right.
we're like running, and I'm sure the bouncing is not making the need to pee any easier.
And
so we're like, imagine you need to pee and someone's shaking you.
I know. But then she gets to the bathroom and then she has to sit on the toilet by herself. Oh God.
I clean the toilet. I clean the whole toilet for her.
Okay, yeah.
Which I told someone that when I go to the bathroom, I don't hover. I clean the toilet.
But
And
what if you
everyone
don't
thinks that's
have
crazy.
wipes to clean it?
I get soap and water and a paper towel from the sink, and then I clean the entire toilet.
Yeah, no, I can't.
The whole thing.
But sometimes toilets, they're beyond, some of them cannot be recovered. Some of them
Well,
are.
then I don't sit on those. I don't choose those. Like, you go in there, if you look into the toilet and it is a mess, I just go to the next stall.
Ugh, I can't. There've been a handful of times in my entire life where I have just absolutely had to use a public toilet to number 2, and I will hover. I will not make contact.
I also avoided any baby puke.
Meaning what? Like they didn't throw up on you?
Not me.
Oh yeah, they'll get you.
But Ziggy had vomited.
Is Ziggy named after Ziggy Marley?
I'm not 100% sure.
Do you follow Nara Smith?
I mean, I don't follow her, but I know a little bit about her.
Yeah, I don't follow either. She came on my For You page, and she was like, here are a list of like 5 baby names that we're not going to use for the new baby, and she has such interesting names.
Names that she's not going to use?
Yeah, she's like, these are 5 that we're not going to use, so like they're up for grabs.
Okay, even if you use the name, they're still up for grabs.
they're like Moonbeam and like it's like,
okay. You know what? I'm also not going to use that name when I have like okay, like I'm not going to name my child Megaformer. Okay, so neither was I, bitch.
Oh my God, you're obsessed with Taylor's class. Have you done his Megaformer class? Taylor will not shut up about it.
Well, is that nice?
It's not about nice. They have to be nice to each other.
We've established it's called you have to be nice.
Well, Jacob
Monet.
changed your name. The last one was the one where you had to be nice to each other.
Well, that's not the name of this one. This is called Have to Be Nice. So, and also, are you being nice to Jacob right now? I'm just wondering. I'm asking.
Because I said he changed the thing that's being mean.
I'm asking, Monet. This is not an accusation. It's an inquisition.
Yes, I'm being very nice to Jacob.
Very nice? Jacob, do you feel like you're being treated very nicely?
I feel like I'm being treated nicely enough that it doesn't warrant an infraction.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about saying Taylor won't shut up about his Megaformer class? Does that seem nice?
No, that's a warning.
Oh my God. Someone is not even on the podcast. This is
Well, I feel like you've taken.
What is it, Monét?
I feel like what's going on is that instead of attacking me, you've taken multiple shots at Taylor because you know you can't come at me right now because you have to be nice. So you've taken multiple shots at Taylor, who's just, mind you, sitting at his desk, minding his business, literally drinking water, minding his business. Drink water and mind my business. drink water and mind my business. Till I old and gray, till I old and. So when we were hanging out at the house, the aunties and grandma wanted In and Out.
Mm-hmm.
This goes back to the conversation, and they're all getting their orders. I'm thinking this has nothing to do with me, and then they're like, "What do you want?" I don't like In and Out, so I didn't want anything. And also, I had eaten some of grandma's cooking. I had eaten some oxtail
and rice
and
peas.
rice and beans and potatoes.
No, they're not beans. They're peas.
Peas,
Rice and peas.
Oh, I had 2 servings and I had 2 fries. What are they called? Bread fries? What are they called?
A festival. Oh, no, sorry, not a festival. Bakes.
Bakes. I had 2 bakes, and the bakes were stuffed with meat and ranch. It was I had eaten a lot, so I was like, I'm full. I don't need anything. And then Monet's aunts are like, well, we're gonna hang out here, and Monet is like, no, Bob's coming with us. Monet wouldn't leave me with her aunts, and I feel like it's because Monet knew that she'd come back and I would be the new favorite nephew.
No, because Bob, I would have come back, y'all. Y'all know Bob. Bob would have went in my garage, grabbed the karaoke system, and started doing a 35-minute set for my family. I was like, Bob.
And they would have been happy. Your aunts loved me.
They do love you. You're a very lovable person. My family does love you.
I got Monet's grandma to sing karaoke.
You think my grandma sing karaoke? That was very.
And even she was like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, it was very unlike her. It was very sweet, actually.
She sang "Crazy" by Patsy Cline.
Mm-hmm.
We turned into a duet.
Yeah, was it you and her?
Yeah, I was sitting, but she was standing, and I was just helping her if she got off the beat or something.
We also played some really fun pool games. The one with the towel was very fun.
I enjoyed that one a lot, actually.
And the one in the other one, it started off as one game where Patty sends out the pool with his back away from us, and he says, like, we all have a category like cars, and we put one in our brain. When he says your car, you have to try to make it across the pool before he turns around and catches you. But then it evolved to the person just staying in the pool, eyes closed, and we have to sneakily get past them. Which Tim never likes group games, and he was like, I had a lot of fun playing group games.
In true Monet form.
What did I do?
I'm treading lightly here.
What did I do?
So Patrick's game, in Monet's defense, Patrick's game was not incredibly clear. Monet was like morphing the game, and we were all giving input, but like Monet didn't like how the game worked at first, so then we had to like slightly switch the game. So by the time we end up finishing the game was unrecognizable from the original origins of the game.
And I think the one that we ended up was a very fun version of the game, because the first one it wasn't as fun as what we ended up with. Do you agree with that?
I agree. I think that my suggestion was the one that got us in the pool, actually. But I do think that my issue was the music needed to be turned down. The music was still playing. So just so you guys know, it ended up being kind of like Marco Polo. So you would stand in the middle of the pool. Oh my God, we are literally not telling them what these games are. We're just saying the one with the towel. This is such bad podcasting. Okay. The one with the towel was where one person has to put their heels over the ledge of the pool, and then
back.
someone else is holding the towel. You have to lean back to the point where you cannot recover, like to the point where if we let go of the towel, you will fall in the pool.
Yeah.
You have to lean all the way back. Then they play a song.
Finish the lyrics.
And then you stop the song. Am I boring you?
No, I'm so engaged. I'm so happy.
Oh, thank you. And then once you stop the music, if they don't know the next lyrics, you let go and they fall in the pool.
Yeah.
I still feel like what Patrick chose for me was insane.
I don't think it was insane. It was a little difficult, but it was not insane.
It was more than a little difficult. Patrick was like, this is a song. Patrick was like, oh, you'll know this. So I'm like, oh, it's going to be a musical. It's going to be Nicki Minaj. It's going to be Kesha. It's going to be Beyonce. It's going to be Mariah Carey. Something everyone knows I listen to. It's going to be Doja Cat.
That was so funny.
Everyone knows. Patrick was like, baby, you'll know this song. Patrick plays a song that Kim Chi performed on a tour 9 years ago.
And he was like, well, you heard it every night for a month. What do you mean you don't know this song?
A song Kim Chi, not me. Kim Chi performed on a tour 9 years ago.
That was funny.
9 years ago.
That was funny. What was that year? What was the pronunciation of years referencing?
I have an accent.
Okay.
You know how you pick up accents from people around you sometimes?
And who did you pick that up from?
Auntie K. Who, by the way, I had to stand up for Auntie K because y'all were bullying her. Y'all were
bullying Auntie
bullying
K.
Auntie K.
That was Andy. So we're playing Anomia, y'all. So how Anomia works is that we were talking about this before. There are a stack of cards in the middle, and they have things on them, like prompts, like a disinfectant, a car color, a fart sound, whatever it is. And as you flip, we go around the table clockwise motion. You flip the card to you, and when the symbol on your card matches with someone else's card, you have to say what's on their card before they say what's on yours. So NTK, the game, for some reason, there's like, even when I first started playing, there's a disconnect. Your brain is like trying to figure out what the heck is going on. So you just kind of stumble a little bit. So we have this thing called the shady turn. It is customary that when you take the card and flip it, you want to turn it so everyone around the table sees a card at the same time. So it's fair.
Like this. Facing down, boop.
And turn. Auntie K would go to the deck, pull the card and go like this, y'all. And if you're listening, you go to the Patreon. She'll take the card and go like this.
Meaning she's looking at it, reading it, and then putting it down.
But because she was so bad at the game, I was like, I'm not bothered by this. Andy was like,
she was losing the worst. Everyone was molly-whopping Auntie K. Karen could not stand she did not stand a chance. And also, the thing is, it doesn't help you because knowing your own card doesn't matter.
And I think that was messing her up. So she'll put her card down and just say what was on her card as opposed to looking for the other card that matched it to see what's on the other card. So I was like, you know what? She every little bit of help she can get, give it to her. Andy was like, no, Auntie K, that is a shady turn. You need to put the card down. I was like, Andy, it is okay.
But the thing about a shady turn is it doesn't really matter because what's on your card doesn't matter.
No,
unless you're looking at the symbol.
What the other symbols have. When you see, you know what's one matching. I was like, oh,
yeah,
I know
it's for clocking the symbol. But she was reading the card.
Yeah.
But your Aunt Sharon was actually pretty good at the game. I think she won one.
Yeah, she won one. She won the last one. Yeah, Auntie Sharon. I love Auntie Sharon.
And at one point Monét says auntie and I say aunt or aunt. So I said Antoinette and she was like, Annette. And I was like, I know. She's like, you called me Antoinette. And I was like, no, I said Aunt Annette.
And then at one round, the prompt that Bob was saying to Auntie K said, like, say a French word. So Bob just goes, putain. And then I was like, we're like, what does that mean? He's like, fuck you. Everybody was like, whoa.
It was the first French word that came to my head.
Girl, merci. Bonjour.
It didn't come to my head, Monét. It didn't come to my head.
Oui, bitch, oui.
Oui. It did not come to my head. What came to my head was putain. And then I said le fou.
And she was like, we cannot believe he just cursed her out. That was crazy.
I did not curse her out.
You cursed her out, girl. You said, fuck you.
I was standing up for Auntie K when everyone else was dogpiling on sweet Auntie K.
Oh my God, my Auntie Sharon is literally calling. Let me answer the phone. That's what she says. Auntie Sharon, listen, Bob and I doing a podcast. You're on the podcast right now. Do you want to say anything?
Hello, America. How's everyone?
Is it America?
Yeah, everyone is good. How you doing, Auntie Sharon?
I am doing wonderful. Auntie Karen and Grandma, we're taking Auntie Karen home. We just wanted to call you and thank you so much for everything. And please tell Bob, thank you for being so humble. We love him. And we're going to see him soon.
You think Bob is humble? Okay, y'all.
Thank you.
That's the point. That's not very nice.
I think y'all had one too many White Claws and too many tequila shots. And you think Bob's humble.
That's not nice either.
Thank you, Bob.
Another point.
All right, I'm doing the podcast. I love you guys. Drive safe.
Okay, love you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Wait, ask her about Bob cursing your. Oh, okay.
Oh, I forgot.
But yeah, I mean that was a really, really fun moment. I really enjoyed playing the game. And then I did start calling her Antoinette as a bit. I was like, Antoinette.
We made Bob made some squoosh. Well, he bought the ingredients to make squoosh, which is squash.
The name keeps changing every time I talk to you.
It's squash, but you said squoosh, so that everyone's making fun of you calling it squoosh.
I thought it was squoosh. I have some squoosh in my fridge right now. Also, I need that container back. That doesn't belong to me.
I'm keeping that.
Monét, I need that back. That does not belong to me. I need to return it. I took it without permission.
Wow. Jacob, that's not nice. Bob's you're literally admitting to stealing
That was
something.
before the podcast started.
But it doesn't matter. It's happening in real time. You stole something.
Okay, what about stuff so can I call out random stuff you did that wasn't nice a long time ago?
I have a list. I have a list for you too.
Can that count toward where we're getting at? What is this?
It's a mirror from this company called Petty Pout, which I have great products, by the way. Petty Pout is really good. I use their stuff often.
Is it like mouth products or something?
Yeah, they're like it's like a lip chap. Oh,
Drink water and mind my business. Sorry, y'all, we had a technical difficulty there.
that's
Drink
not
water
legit.
and.
I want to sample soca songs in like some like gay pop songs. Do you think that would slap?
Well, I don't know much about soca, but I'm now a big fan of Rebecca. What's her name?
Patrice Roberts.
Patrice Roberts. The two songs that I do know about her, your family really got me into. Do you think Patrice Roberts is homophobic?
I don't know.
Can we get her on the podcast?
I mean, let's see. I don't know.
Oh my God, how many followers does Patrice Roberts have on social media? Patrice Roberts, we're talking to you right now. Is she St. Lucian? Where's she from?
No, I think she's Trinidadian.
I mean, Rihanna's
Patrice
not.
Roberts won. She has 771,000 followers. Yeah, she's
Rihanna's not homophobic, and she's from Trinidad.
No, Rihanna's from Barbados.
Nicki Minaj is from Trinidad.
Is she homophobic?
I don't think so. I think she's problematic.
Does she use the F word like freely?
I haven't heard Nicki use the F slur.
Oh, I thought she did.
Have you?
I thought it was a thing I remember seeing online, but who knows?
No, Doja Cat said, "Stop being a faggot."
Did she?
Yeah, honestly, I support it. You ever seen Doja Cat say, "Stop being a faggot"?
No, I haven't seen
Jacob,
that.
please pull up Doja Cat, "Stop being a faggot." It's so good. It's being inserted right here.
Stop being a faggot. Thank you.
I'm obsessed with this clip. Okay, I'm gonna name people, and you're gonna tell me, can they say faggot in like a joking sense? Okay.
Okay.
Monique.
No.
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 Some more.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
What's Gayle King?
Yes.
Michelle Visage.
Yes. For
Lady
sure.
Gaga.
Yes. Oprah.
Oprah, yes.
If Oprah said faggot a joke, would you be into it?
If I was with Oprah in private and she said, I came in, these faggots were going crazy.
Also, wait, sorry, what was it? What did we say about Gayle King?
Yeah.
Gayle King was a yes.
Because she has said it.
Yes, she did. Faggotry.
On when?
She was quoting Mateo Lane. I don't think she knows what it meant. She said, actually she might have. She was on the morning show with Mateo Lane, and she goes, what in the faggotry is this? She said, my favorite quote of yours when you said, what in the faggotry is this? And Mateo just goes, oh.
So for people who don't.
I can try to find it in a second.
Okay. Beyonce.
No.
No?
Beyonce can't say it.
Why?
She can't say it.
Tell me why.
She doesn't give the vibe of, she doesn't give like a Doja Cat or a Doechii or Nicki Minaj. She seems too buttoned up to be saying faggotry for me.
Rihanna.
Yes.
Totally, right?
Yes.
SZA.
Yes.
Yeah.
And SZA can say it with vitriol. And it would still be okay. Easily. Kathy Griffin.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Ellen. No.
No. Ellen better watch her mouth.
Keep that word out your
motherfucking mouth. No, Ellen DeGeneres cannot say it.
Right, she can't say it.
Wanda Sykes, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hard to explain, y'all. You know when you know, but you think Beyonce can say it? Like, imagine Beyonce, think hard about Beyonce saying it and tell me you don't feel offended. See? Beyonce can't say it. She can't say it.
Yeah.
Michelle Obama.
Did you see the Noah's Ark movie?
No, oh my God, I forgot. I'm going to watch that today. Have you? Have y'all seen it?
Yeah, we watched it together, yeah.
There's a Beyonce subplot.
I would just say, should we do a little
subplot? That's the whole plot is Beyonce.
Well, Andy and I were going to come over tonight. We can watch it at your house.
Oh no, we're I mean, we can watch it. No, I can't watch it again. We already watched it. I'm gonna move on to the next thing.
See, Bob.
How many times can you watch a movie where you're like, it's a wrap?
Oh no, there's movies I watch. I like. There's movies I watch literally all the time. Like there's like Andy and I have a thing of movies that we want to watch, and I will watch the same movies. I haven't seen a Low Down Dirty Shame. I watch it about 4 times a year. I watch The Fifth Element about 6 times a year. I just like the movie.
I think I have this year. I have maybe 2 more Sinners in me. 2 more.
2 more.
I've watched it twice.
I've seen it twice now too.
I think I have 1 more Wicked in me.
Yeah, I think I'm good on Wicked for now. I think I will before part 2. I'm gonna rewatch the first one again. So I'm saving it for that.
I could watch Little Shop 5 times this year, easily.
I haven't seen The Notebook. The Notebook used to be my comfort movie. I haven't seen that in a while.
I don't have any more Notebooks in me.
Ever
again.
What about your favorite, The Time Traveler's Wife?
I could watch Time Traveler's Wife again. But only if we're all commenting on how messy and problematic it is.
You know what, Bob? I have to say, I shared, this is I'm having a real vulnerable moment with you right now. I shared one of my favorite movies with you, and it's something I wanted to share with you because I thought it was emotional and beautiful, and you did nothing but the entire time make it uncomfortable for everyone watching the movie.
Okay, so we used to watch movies on our Patreon with our patrons, but then Amazon did a thing where you can't screen share anymore, so we stopped doing it. You can't screen share from Amazon anymore. They cut that function off. But we used to watch movies. We watched and Monét would always pick some very problematic movies.
They're not problematic.
You picked that South African movie that South African guy was like, this is a mess. They were using slurs in the movie. White girls using slurs.
It was A Color Friendship. And every 90s Disney kid saw that movie. And it will be, when you're young, you're not thinking about those. You're thinking about, it's about uniting people of different racial.
That's because you're not South African. There was a South African there, and I remember watching it. He literally went, when they said, there's apparently some word that you use for black people in South Africa that is really unfriendly.
Yeah,
I don't remember the word.
I remember it. I wouldn't say it, but I remember it.
But baby, a few people in the chat were like, what? And then when they introduced me to The Time Traveler's Wife, which I had never even heard of, by the way. And y'all, this movie is bananas.
Bananas?
Particularly the point where he is butt naked in the woods with a little girl.
Okay, you're taking it out of context. He's a time traveler, and when he time travels involuntarily, and then because he's like linked, because this person in the original timeline is his wife. So they meet when they're both adults and become wives. So I think how his brain works, so he's like inextricably linked to this woman throughout time. So when he starts time traveling, he goes back in time and his body teleports. When he teleports, he can't bring his clothes with him. So he'll pop up at various points in her life. He can't choose. He just pops up there without clothes on sometimes.
I will say the time traveling is involuntary, but this movie was not involuntarily written.
It is a work of fiction. Yeah, why does he need to be naked when he time travels?
They could have just changed that, and we as the audience would have accepted it. Like, they did not have to write that mechanic in there. And also, what happened was he's low-key dating this little girl. Low-key. In the woods, no other adults around, a butt-naked man shows up in the woods to meet with this little girl. He's like, and meet me back here again, little girl, next week. I'll see you soon.
Okay. First of all, the reason why she meets him there is because she brings him clothes, so he is not naked. When he pops up and there are clothes there, he gets dressed, so he's not naked.
But then he tells her to come back and meet him again with more clothes.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to be naked in the woods.
Why couldn't she say, bring an adult?
Because, didn't an adult's gonna understand that he just popped up in the woods?
But a child will?
Yes, because she believes in imaginary friends and they have suspension of disbelief.
But if he says, I'm gonna appear at noon, so bring me adult at 11:45. He doesn't know
what time he's gonna pop up. He can't say, yes, I'm gonna be here at 1:37 p.m. Make sure the clothes are here at 1:35. No.
Come back and don't tell anybody is crazy.
He did not say don't tell anyone. I want to be that very sure.
I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't remember. But y'all, go back and watch. I need to do a whole video on why The Time Traveler's Wife is a mess of a film. That being said, Jacob, what's the final tally? Who was the nicest?
You were the nicest with 2 infractions, some warnings, and Monét got 5.
Monét, is it nice what you're doing right now?
I am not shaking my head at you. I'm shaking my head at the temperature in this room is so hot.
We will see y'all next week. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.